Good evening, family, and welcome back to another edition of a Church Guy Sports Show. The home of the bold takes, real talk, and just the right amount of sports therapy that you're going to need. I'm your host, Bishop D'Lo, and we've got a show packed tighter than Yankee Stadium in October. So let's get right to it. Let's start in the Bronx, where the Bronx Bombers, it's getting serious out there. The Yankees are in trouble, down 2-0 to the Blue Jays in the ALDS. Now it's win or go home, and the question is simple. Can they pull off 3 straight to keep their season alive? If this team wants to advance, they're going to have to find something that's been missing all year. Heart, consistency, and clutch hitting. We'll talk about what needs to change and who's going to step up. Meanwhile, the Knicks are giving us something to smile about. The new look Knicks are 2-0 in the preseason so far, winning 2 games in Abu Dhabi over the Philadelphia 76ers. And man, this team looks scary. The chemistry is there. The ball movement is crisp, and you can feel the confidence. Could this finally be the year that New York basketball gets some real shine? We're going to break that down some tonight. Now, let's talk about what happened today. Got to talk about LBJ, because social media was on fire the last 2 days as LeBron teased a monumental announcement, had the world waiting. And it turns out it was just a Hennessy commercial. Nothing against the hustle, but come on, Bron. We expected something more than just a toast and VSOP. We'll talk about what this says about the modern hype culture and what's LeBron's next move. In the NFL, it's a tale of 2 New York teams again, and neither one of them is giving fans much joy. The Jets and the Giants both took L's this weekend. The Jets can't find rhythm, and the Giants can't find consistency. And both teams are running out of excuses. We'll dig into what's really going on tonight. And then we'll wrap up tonight's show with wrestling, because the WWE is headed down under. That's right, Crown Jewel is set for Perth, Australia this Saturday at 8 a.m. And the card is shaping up. The women's championship scene is heating up. Storylines are twisting, and we'll talk about what this event means for the global expansion of the WWE. So buckle up. Hit the share button, hit that like button. Let's get ready, because from the Bronx to Abu Dhabi to Perth, we've got the world of sports covered. This is the Church Guy Sports Show, and it starts right now.
The Church Guys! We're live on a podcast. A Church Guy Sports Show! Welcome to the show where the faith meets the court. Church guys repping hard, yeah, we live for the sport. From the pulpit to the bleachers, the word we endorse. Dropping dimes, preaching truth, keeping God as the source. We breaking down the play, stats, facts, and the story. Sunday to game day, all for his glory. Talking hoops, talking fields, every touchdown is shot. But we never lose sight of the faith that we got is fellowship, fire. Passion in the zone, Church Guys Sports Show. Yeah, you know we at home. Turn the volume up loud, let the good vibes flow. This is more than just a game, it's the way that we grow. The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. A Church Guys Sports Show. The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. Church Guy Sports Show. From the locker room talk to the pews on a Sunday, we call our plays right, kingdom business on Monday. Faith on the field, spirit driving the grind. Every headline we drop got the word intertwined. We repping every team, but the banner is Christ. Breaking huddles with the desperate, yeah, we living it right. From the Knicks to the league, every stat, every score, we gon' praise, analyze, then we give God more. So tune in, locked in, let the truth be shown. Church Guy Sports Show, man, the vibe's full grown. It's the faith in the game and a powerful blend. From the tip off to the buzzer, we gon' ride to the end. The Church Guys.
What up? What's going on? We are back, Church Guys Sports Show, live and direct here for you on this seventh day. Sorry, the seventh day of October 2025. We're here, you're there. Me and Bishop J Mac rocking tonight. Davey should be hopefully getting out of Bible study soon and joining us. Bishop L is in a meeting right now with Archbishop Figueroa, so he won't be on tonight. But we still got a lot to unpack tonight. A lot to talk about. Y'all heard the monologue. I hope y'all are getting used to the new format where I come on first, introduce the entire show, then we hit everything from there. We're trying some new things so we can make this. Hopefully you're enjoying our new theme song. We'll talk more about that at another time. But right now, Bishop J Mac, what you been up to?
Man, first of all, I just want to say glad to be back. Glad to be back in the house, back on the show. Man, I've been busy.
I know. This is what happens when you're the presiding bishop.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
This is what happens when you're the presider. See?
but
I don't want no parts.
oh, and I gotta reach out to you after the show is over. I got a proposition for you. Hopefully you can do it. I'm
Okay.
really praying you can.
We'll talk about
But
it.
I'm
Absolutely.
glad. But I'm glad to be back. Glad to talk. So much going on in the sports world.
Much.
We can just close our eyes and just throw it at the board, and listen. It's just so much going on.
And listen, we don't have a lot of time tonight because we only got J Mac for an hour. So I need y'all to like, share, tag, comment. Let's get this conversation flowing because
Let's
we
go.
going rapid fire today. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to start in the Bronx. Got to start there. It's playoff season in the Bronx. The New York Yankees are down 2-0. That start game 3 is starting right now from the Bronx.
First pitches right now, 8:08.
And it's not looking good. The first 2 games of this series, the Yankees have looked completely outclassed by the Toronto Blue Jays. They don't even look like they belong on the same field as the Toronto Blue Jays. This is a team who, quite honestly, they tied for the American League East Championship and for the overall 1 seed in the American League. But by virtue of the fact that the Yankees lost the season series, even though they both finished 94 and 68, the Blue Jays got the tiebreaker, and that allowed the Blue Jays to be the 1 seed. And so the Yankees got the extra round. They beat Boston in 3, which we fully expected, but they have not looked good in games 1 and 2. The pitching has been awful.
Oh man, I mean, starting pitching is awful. Bullpen has been worse.
Luke Weaver has been
I don't-
terrible.
I was about to say, I
Oh
don't
my
know what's
God.
going on. You beat me to it. I was like, what's going on with Weaver? Oh my gosh. I mean,
This guy was the closer last year.
he was the closer.
What the heck?
He was the closer.
This guy was the closer on a team that went to the World Series last year.
Maybe it messed with his psyche that he's no longer the closer, because that could be it too. But
That's true because
you know,
closers are very much, and we know they just
they're
and
fragile. They're
very.
fragile.
They don't make them like, I mean, people can call us nostalgists and all of that stuff, but they don't make them like Mariano no more.
They don't make them like Mariano, Rick Aguilera.
They don't make them like
Randy
John Franco no
Myers,
more. They don't make them like that no more.
Rob Dibble. You name the closers of the '90s. Those guys were tough as nails mentally. Forget about the
Right.
fact that they threw hard.
Right.
But mentally tough. The mental part of the game. We just don't. I mean, people are just so fragile. You know, wasn't it Eric Gagne for the Dodgers? Another great closer of the '90s. You know, we just don't. You just don't have those guys anymore. Even Wild Thing Mitch Williams from the Philadelphia Phillies back. Even though he was Wild Thing, again mentally tough. You know.
Yeah.
Just don't have it anymore.
They just don't. You got to remember, Mo blew 1 save his entire postseason career. One. And it was Game 7 of a World Series on a bloop hit.
On a broken bat.
A broken bat bloop hit.
Bloop hit. Let's not forget that. It was a sawed-off bat. So he made his pitch. The guy just happened to get the luck of the baseball gods.
Shout out to Luis Gonzalez, who of the Arizona Diamondbacks, who made that happen because the Yankees were on their way to winning that World Series in 2001. And that is the only blown save of his postseason career. And he went on, again, mental toughness. That would have killed a lot of us. Game 7 of the World Series, he came back and went on to be the not only the most dominant closer in baseball, but the only unanimous Hall of Famer voted in the history of the major leagues because of how good
Unanimous.
he was. So,
Yes.
but right now the Yankees they don't look good. Aaron Judge, and I know we kind of talked about it in our group chat because L and to let y'all in on it, L and Bishop J Mac were killing, they were killing Judge in our group, and rightfully so, especially that swing that he put on that bases loaded, nobody out. You have been the best hitter in baseball all year long. It's a 2-0 game, and there's no need for you to get up there and press, quite honestly. Because I'm thinking as a hitter, if I walk in this situation, that still puts more pressure on them. Because they don't want to pitch to me. I'm not, if it's not something I can hit, as they say in baseball, I'm spitting on it. There's no way I'm swinging at that.
He keeps falling, as I said in the chat. He keeps falling for the banana in the tailpipe. You know,
And it would have been one thing if he just got overmatched by a fastball in and swung in mid. Okay, you know what? The guy threw his
it's
pitch and beat
away
him.
and out of the zone. It's the
And that's what.
safest pitch
Yep,
that
and
the
that's
pitcher
what
can
killed me.
throw, and you bail him out by it.
On a
This is the thing.
3-2 count, it wasn't even close. That was ball 4, and it was a 2-1 game, and you still had the bases loaded with nobody out.
But this has been his MO the last 4 seasons. He keeps swinging at that low and away slider or that low and away fastball. That's what I don't know why it just looks so good to him.
But he doesn't swing at it during the regular season, which is what kills me. Like, you don't chase that pitch all year. If this was a regular season game, that would have been a walk, and he would have walked in a run. But in the playoffs, you're chasing that pitch. What is going on up here? Again, the mental toughness, like you said, even about the pitching, it's not there for the hitters either. Because listen, there is a lot more pressure. And again, appreciating that those dynasty teams of the late 90s into the early 2000s, those was a bunch of mentally tough baseball teams.
Everybody that played, Luis. So even we never mentioned him, but Luis. I heard
Luis Soho. Yeah, Jeter talks about him a lot. Yeah.
Jeter mentioned him, how influential he was to his career. Luis Soho. I mean, you had those glue guys on the bench. Just up and down. It was just character guys, man.
Character guys who the moment was never too big for them. No matter who it was. And that's why those lineups were scary 1 through 9. Because anybody in the Knobloch, as even with the throwing yips at the plate, he was money. Shoot, Johnny Damon put on the pinstripes. It came over and helped win the 2009 World Series for us with great base running, good heads up base running.
It's really sad, man.
A-Rod, who was much maligned. He got it together playoff time with the Yankees during that World Series run. He was dominant.
He was dominant.
He won the first 2 rounds by himself.
We saw the A-Rod of Seattle for the first time in that playoff run. That was the first time A-Rod actually carried the team. That was the first time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we just haven't seen that from Aaron Judge at all yet. And again, looking at this lineup, you would think, I mean, I looked at the lineup today that they're putting out today, and these guys can hit. But it's something about mentally in the playoffs. Again, I don't know if the moment is just too big for these Yankees. I don't know if it's, I can't even call it. I don't have the words for it.
But we remember before that we said this playoff run was going to define Aaron Judge. We said it.
Yep.
We came on, it was me, you, Butler, and Davey. We said it, that this time he's not going to have anybody else to blame. There's no Soto behind him.
And right out of the gate, Toronto up 2-0. Vlad Guerrero Jr., who kills the New York Yankees, hits a 2-run home run off of Carlos Rodon, and the Yankees are already in the hole in the first inning, 2-0. So they might be going home tonight. They might be going home tonight.
Might be a sweep.
Not looking good. And again, with the since the Yankees have played from behind this entire series, they have not had a lead yet in the series. They look totally outclassed. And don't get me wrong, the Blue Jays are good. We're not talking about a slouch team. Again, that's a 94 win team over there. They're good, but we thought the Yankees were at least as good, and they have not looked good at all.
It's like they trying to go home. It's like they said it's like they want to go home. I mean, no fight. I mean, it was 12-0. I came in the chat.
Yeah.
I said, it's 12-0. I said, you still think Aaron Judge? But of course I was joking. It was this.
Yeah.
The pitching is terrible.
George is turning over in his grave.
Yeah.
George
The
is
pitch-
turning over.
the
The
pitching
Yankees have given up 23 runs in the first 2 games of the series. Now, basically, the Yankees have now given up 25 runs in 19 innings.
What is the score these last 2 games? What they score? 5 runs
The
in the
Yankees,
first 2 games?
they scored 7 runs in game 2. They scored 1 run in game.
So
They
6
lost.
runs.
They lost 10-1 in game 1, and they lost 13-7 in game 2. So they scored runs in game 2, but their pitching did nothing. And it's the playoffs. You're not gonna win a slugfest in the playoffs.
And they are testing the mess, and I'm being nice, out of Aaron Judge's hurt elbow. Every time.
Oh
every
yeah,
chance
they're running on him. Absolutely. If they
yes,
hit the right
every-
field, they're taking extra base. They're taking
Every
extra base.
chance they get,
It's smart.
they take an extra base on Aaron Judge.
Good, smart
They
baseball.
know he's hurt, and they put the pedal to the metal out there.
Totally
it's looking bad.
exploiting it. Totally exploiting it. And between that and again, they got out of the Boston series, but we didn't talk about it. But Aaron Boone's decision to take out Max Fried in game 1, what were you thinking?
I'm gonna go on the record and say I think everybody need to go. I think Cashman need to go. I think
Cashman,
Aaron
Boone.
I think Boone. I think they all need to go. They need to just clean house and get a whole new philosophy in here. A new general manager, a new manager. They just need
Analytics
to
is just not. And
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
and I've been saying, I said this last week when I was flying solo. Analytics never won anything. As much as people like to big up Billy
Billy
Beane,
Bean, yeah, the Billy Bean system, man.
Oakland has never won anything.
Well, I will say this. The Kansas City Royals did win on analytics. That Kansas City team, not
the
the second one, the first one.
For the most part,
Yeah,
but in
not
that,
the one that played
World
the
Series,
Mets.
right?
Not the one that played the Mets.
the one before.
The one before.
But in the World Series, that team relied on good pitching and good managing.
But look at what they were doing. They were pitching those innings in quarters. They were pitching them for like 3.5 innings. Then they weren't letting the starters go 5 and 6 innings.
But even that's a feel thing as well. Because, yes, the analysts can say this is the best way to go, but you still got to know, okay, do I send this pitcher out for this inning? And the worst part about this is the Yankees go down tonight. We're not going to get to see Cam Schittler again, who was absolutely phenomenal in the closeout game against Boston. Rodon is off, no zip on any pitches. If he can make it past, this is terrible. Boone bags back, get Posada in there. Let's find a new. But Posada's an old baseball guy. And I agree with you, Willie. But then they wouldn't hire Posada. Posada, Jeter, A-Rod are not going to be. They're not going to be candidates because they are Joe Torre guys. They are baseball guys. They're going to manage by the feel of the game. They would never manage through analytics. Aaron Boone was brought here, yes, but he was never a Joe Torre guy. Yeah, he played for Joe Torre that 1 year before he tore his knee, and thankfully he did because we got A-Rod out of it. But other than that, Aaron Boone wasn't really a Joe Torre guy. Aaron Boone's claim to fame is the fact that he hit that Game 7 home run off of Tim Wakefield.
Off of Tim Wakefield, yep.
That is, and granted...
The old Boston cliche, Aaron Bleeping Boone. That's what they.
Yeah, Aaron Bleeping Boone and Bucky effing Dent.
Yep.
That's how it is in Boston.
Yep.
But yeah, they need to pack it up, and I agree. Cam should have pitched on 3 days rest period. You don't want to do that with a rookie pitcher though. So
Yeah, you don't want to.
I'm not against you don't
Gotta
throw Cam
protect them.
tonight. You got to what the Yankees should have done was won the division. I'll just put it that way because I can point to 3 or 4 games during the regular season that had they won and won the division outright, we're not even having this conversation. Because you would have had it lined up where you would have Fried, Schittler, and Rodon for your first 3 in this series in that order. Or you could have went Schittler in game 1 and really threw everybody off. But
Yeah, would Boone have done that though, based on the numbers?
and yeah, he would have done that. But Rodon, if they survive, I can't go through that one. Yeah, all bets. Listen, Willie, I'm gonna agree with it. Listen, all bets are off. Period. You a baseball guy too, Willie. You know, feeling it. Baseball, and don't get me wrong, all sports have a certain level of analytics. Even football, even though football is a collision sport, football is most like chess because it could basically running a football play is analytics because you're running at certain angles, you're throwing at certain angles. The quarterback has to get rid of the ball in a certain count. He has it's all about analytics and science. But baseball, of all of the major sports, is so much of it's even more of a gut game than basketball is. Baseball is a gut game. And we know we played it. We played all of these sports.
Yeah, man. It's just sad because each year it's the same thing. And that's why I said they need a clean house.
Yeah.
I think they need a different voice in the clubhouse.
I firmly agree with that. It's time for the Yankees to move on from this regime and, again, change the philosophy, like you said, J-Mac, and just go back to, baseball people running.
It's ran its course.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest here. This regime.
And I respect that, Willie. Willie said my gut Cam should be pitching. I respect that. But I see both sides of it. I wouldn't have been mad if they had thrown Cam tonight. I wouldn't have been mad. But I understand why they didn't.
Yeah, he's a rookie. They don't want to stretch his arm out.
So I understand why they didn't. But I'm with you. If they had said, "Nah, we're gonna go with Cam tonight," I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't have been mad at all. Because you're trying to save your season at this point. And if that's your best chance to save your season, you got to do it. But now, where does this put you? If somehow they do end up winning this game, somehow, and then Cam comes out and throws a gem tomorrow, you're trusting Max Fried back on that mound in Toronto in Game 5? Because remember,
what happened to Max Fried, man?
He was great against Boston. I don't know what happened the other day. There are all sorts of conspiracies because, they got that hotel in Rogers Center that's in center field. There's a conspiracy theory out that maybe they stealing signs and tipping pitches that way. I'm like, here we go with the Houston Astro crap again. But I don't want to believe that. But I will say they were on the Yankee pitchers like crazy.
But if you look at, they were putting the pitches straight down Broadway, man. They were putting the pitches on the fat part of the plate. I mean, if
you're not hitting your spots,
hitter,
if you're not hitting your spots, forget it.
Yeah, a professional hitter is going to hit pitching that's right that's on the fat part of the plate. They're going to hit it. You got to change speeds. You got to change eye levels. You got to do all of that. But if you keep putting the pitch in this and keep missing with the slider over the middle of the plate every single time, and you throwing a fastball, you won't throw it on the inside or the outside. You throwing it right over the belt high. A professional hitter's going to hit that.
Absolutely. And then, and again, this going to Luke Weaver, who, again, even in Game 1,
he's showing you he's not ready.
Game 1 was close. It was 2-1, and you're right there. Right? Yankees get back one, it's 2-1, but you're right there. You put Weaver into the game in the 7th inning instead of going to Mark. Why don't you go to Mark Leiter there? Because, again, they've been facing a hard-throwing... Again, logic. They've been facing a hard-throwing pitcher in Max Fried. Put the junk baller in, and now you've upset their timing.
And that's what I'm saying.
You don't throw another hard-throwing righty in the game whose fastball is flat.
You changing speeds, you changing eye levels. You change your arm angle. All of that is changed now. So again, we talking baseball. This is to me. Okay, well.
No, go for it. Talk.
I'm just saying. To me, this is what needs to be discussed when you're making a pitching change.
Absolutely.
This is the thinking that should be coming in my head.
We're down 2-1. What do I need to do to keep us in this game?
To keep us here.
Because I know our bats are good enough to where if we can keep it here, we can get this run back. But I got to keep it here. Who can do it? Okay, they've teed off on Max's fastball. He's consistently in the upper 90s.
And then you bringing in Weaver,
who's another hard-throwing guy just from the other side. And Weaver's fastball's been flat. I would rather go to Mark Leiter, who studied under his uncle Al, and even though he's a righty and Al was a lefty, he taught him that changeup. He taught him how to hit those corners. Mark Leiter has been one of the most reliable relievers the Yankees have had the last 3 years. He gets guys out. And then now you're slow. Now you've changed eye levels, you've changed speeds, and now Vlad's not coming up there looking for a fastball. He's like, oh shoot, I'm about to get a steady dive up off speed. I've got to adjust. And as a hitter, if I've been seeing nothing but hard stuff all game, it's hard to adjust to a soft. Listen, I'll never forget. In high school, I played at John Jay, and we were in the same division as Lafayette. Lafayette had this kid who went on and got drafted by the Houston Astros named Kenny Meade. Kenny Meade owned me, and I played in a tough division. I played in basketball and baseball. My division was crazy, but baseball, I had Lincoln in my division. I had Grady in my division. Nothing but hard-throwing Dominicans on both of those teams, and I hit them well. But I couldn't solve Kenny Meade from Lafayette because he was a junk baller at 17 years old, which is why Houston drafted him. Kid was a junk baller at 17. And I'm like, I can't solve this kid. I was like, for over 4 years, I was like 0 for 20 against Kenny Meade. And I'm talking about, I took Nelson Figueroa, who pitched for the Mets. I took him deep 3 times in the same season when he pitched for Lincoln. I was hitting him out of the park. Hard-throwing right-hander. Kenny Meade, couldn't touch him.
If you don't have movement on the fastball, it's like a meatball to professional hitters.
That's it.
You gotta have. That's why Mariano. We keep bringing up Mo, but that's why that cut fastball was such a powerful weapon.
It was
because it was a cut fastball. It did exactly what
it was supposed to do.
It cut. So that's why you saw a lot of broken bats. Every time Mo would get out there, guys had to change bats sometimes twice in the at bat because he was sawing the bats off with that cut fastball coming in on the thin part or the inside, and they would swing and hit on the skinny part of the bat. It would saw the bat in half. But you couldn't take it because he could spot it.
And it didn't matter because right-handers, it dived away from you. And if you were a lefty, it looked like a fastball, but you could never get the barrel to it because it would dive in on you. And like you said, saw that bat off.
It saw it off. So, I
blessings, Bishop Heflin.
I hope the Yankees win this one. I mean, if they win the game, it'll give them hope.
I think if they win tonight, they're gonna get tomorrow because I just think Cam is that good. And at home, I think Cam is that good. And Yankee Stadium will be rocking for Cam tomorrow night if there is a game tomorrow night.
Yeah, because they're talking about rain tomorrow night. It might get rained out, which is a blessing.
Which gives him an extra day of rest, which would then give Fried an extra day of rest. So listen, if Yankees can get tonight, it would help them out. But that's what's going on currently. 2-1 Toronto as they play the second inning in the Bronx. Moving on to Abu Dhabi. We leave the Bronx and we go to JFK and we hop on a 14-hour flight to the Middle East, where the New York Knicks
season.
Riyadh season, where the New York Knicks took on the Philadelphia 76er in the Abu Dhabi games. Of course, the Knicks would be the choice because if you look at their jerseys, Abu Dhabi is their sponsor.
This right on there. This
So,
right on their lapel.
I said they're going to get the Arab money. I'm not kudos to James Dolan. Go get the Arab money. I'm not mad at him. But Knicks go out to Abu Dhabi under new coach Mike Brown, and and I know some of y'all gonna look at me crazy because I'm a Knicks fan saying this, but that team looks scary.
They got to sign Brogdon. They got to sign.
Oh, that's going to happen. Well, the report came out yesterday that they are calling teams. They're trying to unload Paco Mdadie, which I'm hurt about it because
I'm on the fence about that.
He's 19 and his upside is tremendous.
Yeah,
but
I'm on the fence about giving up.
But I get it. They're in win now mode.
And I'd rather get rid of him than Deuce. So, because Deuce is the other option if they're going to get rid of somebody.
Yeah, Deuce had, and I think Mike Brown is probably like, yeah, Deuce, you're not sure if anything is going to have to be Dadier. And I get it because at the same time, I don't want to get rid of Dadier because he's 19, but at the same time, Mikal is 28.
We need capital. We need draft capital. We need to get something, even if it's a draft pick or another big on the bench, like a power forward, a wing. We need that.
So
we guard heavy right now.
Yeah. And OG is only 26, so Pacom's development would kind of be stunted playing behind those guys.
He wouldn't get any playing time here.
So he is the odd man out, so to speak, unfortunately.
But I'll be honest, I'm with you. That I don't want to let him go.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah,
I don't want to do it.
I've seen enough flashes. I'm like, wow.
Willie, they got to get him tonight. They ain't got no choice. It's get him or they go home. But watching the Knicks these first two games, and I did get to see both games in entirety. I know J-Mac got to see the second game. And firstly, the first game started out a little rough, which was to be expected. I mean, nobody shot well. Them or Philly shot well in the first game. But you could see that there is a total buy-in to Brunson played no hero ball at all. He stayed in the flow of the offense. It was amazing to watch Deuce bringing the ball up and Brunson running to the corner. I'm like, oh, this is the new offense. This is good. They were using Mitch in the high pick and roll. I said, oh, what is this? What is this? Oh, my goodness. I'm scared. Yeah, Mitch and Cat look good together, Sam. Mitch and Cat look real. First of all, in that first game, Mitch had 16 rebounds in the first half. Dude dominated the boards by himself in the first half.
Funny how that happens when you don't have a certain coach coaching the team. Funny how that happens, huh? Funny how everybody got on Brunson, and I was saying, and I drove
you was trying to tell L it's not Brunson. This is the coach.
This is the coach's offense. This is the coach's offense. Everybody's saying it, even leading up to let's just see how Brunson. I said Brunson is not gonna. He's not gonna do that. Not with Mike Brown. Not in the Mike Brown offense. You might see him down the stretch a few times.
And Brown has said that. He said the idea is to get him off the ball early so that he's fresh when we need him to do it down the stretch. Because he's still the most clutch player in the game.
Exactly.
And I'm like, that's how you do it. So you're going to see big fourth quarters from Brunson in close games. Absolutely. But you see the second game, OG came out and got off early. I loved it. Mikal is attacking the basket.
You see Bridges moving all through the offense.
Yeah.
Weaving through the offense. Looking so smooth and comfortable. And not like a fish out of water like last year.
And running Cat at the point forward from time to time. I said, oh, this is woo. Because and he talked about using him how he used Sabonis, and people forget Sabonis is one of the best passing big men in the NBA. And Cat's not a slouch as a passer, and he's a willing passer.
3 to 4 assists a game.
Yes,
he can average 3 to 4 assists a game. I can see him doing that.
And Cat enjoys being the point guard, so to speak, from time to time. So you see those flashy passes he throws when he gets the chance. Now he has the green light to do it as part of the offense. Oh, this is just gonna be scary.
Two things. We haven't even talked about the bench yet.
No,
and we ain't talking about Josh Hart.
Josh Hart played the first 4 minutes of a game.
Got hurt and
Got back
thrown out.
spasms and it got. I'm still trying to figure out why he got thrown out, which was.
He they said he cursed at the ref.
But so what? It's the first game of the preseason. Like the refs.
And we're in Abu Dhabi.
The
what
refs
are we
are
doing?
already on one in the first game of the preseason.
Right. We're in Abu
What
Dhabi.
are we
We
doing?
overseas in an exhibition game. You really throwing him out of an exhibition game? Come on.
Like really? But the Knicks will be back in action Thursday night as they take on the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Garden. The next 3 games, the last 3 games of the preseason will be at the Garden.
All at the Garden.
And then they tip it off for real on the 22nd of this month. And getting ready for the start of the season. I'm anxious to see what they look like at home on Thursday. But if they still look like the way they did in Abu Dhabi, this is just scary.
And just think the other point I want to make is
Jordan Clarkson is a real good bad shot shooter, which is scary because he's one of those guys where I'm like, normally I'll be yelling that's a bad shot, but I feel like I'm not going to flinch with this guy because he's going to make them.
And in the Garden, he's going to get that energy from the Garden.
Oh man,
He's going to feel that crowd in the Garden. And I'm telling you.
But right, Sam, he threw the ball into the crowd because he got a back spasm. He was in pain. So he was tossing the ball in frustration. There was no reason for the ref to throw him out. You see the man is on the floor hurt. Like, come on.
Yeah, you got to be sensitive to the situation as a ref. You gotta look at it and be like, all right,
like Josh, don't do that again.
Pull him. I'm gonna say pull him aside. Be like, Josh, listen, we over here trying to promote the goodwill of the game. Calm down. I know you're upset, but come on, you can't show me up. If this is the regular season, I would have tossed you.
Right. This is regular season. I would have tossed you.
That's it.
Let's just make sure that doesn't happen again.
And we move on. That's it.
But these refs want to be a part of the game now. But that's another conversation.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm looking forward to this season.
Yes.
I think Knicks fans have a right to be happy this year. I mean, listen. I think this is the best. I think this team is definitely better, and we definitely have a better coach.
The window is not just open; the window is wide open for us this year. The East is our. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the East is the Knicks to lose.
Right, not the Knicks to win because they were. It's theirs to lose.
It's theirs to lose. If this team is staying healthy, and I know that's one of the things that Mike Brown is going to be big on this year because he's made it clear. He was like, he's going to go 9-10. He said it. I'm going 9 to 10 guys deep.
Isn't that a breath of fresh air to hear the coach say he's going 9 or 10 and not us on this show trying to figure out why he's not going 9 or 10 or why is he at least not going 7 or 8. That's such a breath of fresh air to hear the coach say, I'm going 9 or 10.
Listen,
not
you remember
when I wonder how many he's going deep tonight. We used to do that every night.
Every night, yep.
Especially in the playoffs. We would be in the chat. I wonder if he's going, and David, see, he going 8 like it was a big celebration. Why we got to celebrate in question?
Revelation that has happened in these first 2 games, that Matthews kid is putting some pressure on Landry Shamet for that last spot.
Man, he was the last game before he was like 4 out of 5 before he missed his. He was cooking with grease.
He's got that discount double check gene that we used to see with a certain other Caucasian forward that would come out and shoot.
Steve Novak, baby.
I watching him shoot. He's got a lot. It's catch and shoot. His release is so quick. He catch it and he gets rid of it. But I mean, Shamet has the same thing. The only thing I think Shamet has over him is Shamet is a more tenacious defender. But in terms of shooting, those guys are neck and neck. That's going to be kind of scary.
I might give him the nod over Shamet shooting right now.
Yeah, right.
Right now,
I think it's going to come down to the last game of the preseason as far as that decision. We pretty much know what the roster is going to look at. That roster spot, I think it's going to come down to the last game of the regular season, or last game of the preseason before we know.
And you got a great point guard feeding them the ball too. He comes down. This guy is such a great. What's his? I keep forgetting his name.
Malcolm Brogdon.
No, not Brogdon.
Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek.
Tyler Kolek, man. Oh, he's such a great,
Listen,
such a great passer.
and that's my third string point guard. He's the third string point guard.
He's such a great passer, man. Oh my goodness.
And I loved watching Brogdon and Brunson together for that stretch in the first half. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful.
Listen, if Brunson gets hurt and we got Brogdon, we not missing a beat.
Not
brother.
missing a beat. Not missing a beat. The scoring won't be as much, but that slack will get picked up by others. That's not a big deal.
It get picked up by Bridges, OG, and Cat.
Right. So we're gonna. The Knicks, I mean, and that's scary. The lineup looks this formidable, and Josh Hart has played all of 4 minutes in the preseason.
Josh, that's what I'm saying. Josh Hart hasn't even.
I'm like, Josh
given
Hart.
you a Josh Hart game because he ain't been out there.
Josh Hart is the odd man out right now.
Right. They trying to figure out whether they're going. I'm of the belief you start Mitch and bring Josh Hart off the bench.
I agree. You start Mitch.
I'm of the belief we go big.
And
Big.
you let Josh be your Swiss Army knife.
That's it.
Because you can plug him into multiple places.
If Mitch gets in foul trouble,
you can go to Josh and move Cat to the 5, move OG up to the 4. You can you there's so many, but at the same time you still got Yabusele coming off.
Still got Yabusele coming off the bench, man.
Oh God, this team is scary. This team is scary. Listen, I'm not gonna talk about it. Thursday night, MSG Network, Knicks Timberwolves, 7:30 from the Garden. If you can, please check it out. We'll be talking to some more about that next week. Staying in the world of basketball real quick, we've got to talk about the foolishness of the last 36 hours that took place. I've been on TikTok pissing people off, and I'm glad to do it. And now I'm going to piss some people off here today.
Oh, I know the number one pisser.
Right. But piss some people. So, Keisha, I hope you hear. You know, you late every week, but I hope you hear. Your boy, I'm going to use your favorite word, Keisha. Your man is corny. For those of you who have been under a rock, LeBron James posted a video yesterday to his social media teasing what he called the second decision. And the internet blew up. And understandably so. And this is the thing I was trying to get the people on my TikTok to understand. I am not a LeBron hater, not by a long shot. But given his track record, and given the fact that this will be his 23rd season in the league, and there's been speculation for the last 4 years of when he's going to make that decision to hang it up, it would not have shocked me if he had chosen to do it this way. So quite honestly, when he posted the teaser, I wasn't even upset, because if anybody deserves to go out like this, it's him. So let me say that first. I would not have been mad if that was actually what he was doing. So when I saw the teaser, I said, oh, he's going to hang him up. All right. Okay. You know, again, looking forward to noon today. Going to see the announcement, and all right. And I was preparing my mind to come on tonight's show to talk about the legacy.
Bottoms up.
Right. To talk about the legacy of one LeBron James, who I thought one of our headlines was going to be, who announced this is his farewell tour.
Retirement tour, yeah.
To only at 11:30 this morning to get another message basically saying that he duped all of us and that all of this was a ploy to promote his new brand deal with the Hennessy Corporation. Now, I don't care about him promoting alcohol. Business. Listen, basketball players, athletes have brands. Carmelo got a vodka and some wines.
The Rock got Termana.
The Rock has his tequila.
Yep, has his tequila.
These guys. So I'm not mad at that at all. Just announce the brand deal, dude. You can't, and this is what I said to somebody who was like on my post, again, you bronzexuals will look for any reason to defend that was corny. I'm sorry. Because you know the world is waiting for you to decide when you're going to hang it up. Because whether we like it or not, whether you like him or not, he's a polarizing figure, and it's going to be news. It is. The same way it was when MJ hung him up. The same way it was when Kareem or Bird or Magic hung him up.
Kobe.
When these guys made their farewell, and in Jordan and in Magic's case, well, Jordan the first time, and in Magic's case, they didn't even get a farewell tour.
That's right.
Because life circumstance forced them to retire. So,
right.
So don't come to me saying, "Oh, well, you know, it was y'all only upset because it was LeBron." No.
No,
Had any player
we're not upset. We're not
done
upset
this?
because of LeBron. We're
No.
upset because LeBron keeps doing this. That's why he has to draw attention to himself when he doesn't have to.
There's no need.
There's no need for him. He doesn't need. LeBron is LeBron. He doesn't need to draw.
You are arguably the biggest athlete on the planet. Arguably the biggest athlete on the planet. You don't need to do any of this extra stuff.
And what is he in, year 24?
23.
You're in year 23, and you're still considered one of the top basketball players in the world.
Absolutely, Pastor Ted. He is an attention whore.
Yeah, and that's my point. There's no reason for him to get. If he would have just put out an ad saying, "I just signed a new deal with Hennessy," he would have got it.
It still would have sold. People are still going to run out and buy it because his name is attached to it. And again, there is nothing wrong with that. I'm for you getting the bag. You a billionaire. Do what you do.
I mean, listen, marketing wise, it worked.
I guess it worked on both sides because again, LeBron is unfortunately, his ego is so fragile. Yeah, I said it. His ego is so fragile. He's of the ilk that it doesn't matter whether it's good publicity or bad publicity. He just wants people talking about him.
It's that old adage, whether it's good attention or bad attention, as long as you're getting attention.
And I would think that at 42 years old, you wouldn't be about that anymore.
Man, he's 42.
At 42 years old, you shouldn't be about that. You get ready to be a pop probably soon.
Right. Your son is in the league. You got another son getting
That's
ready
on his way to the league.
He's on his way to the league. What are you worried about getting? Why do you need to? You should be wanting to put the shine on them.
If anything, but that's just it. And I got on somebody about that again in my comments on TikTok as well, because I mentioned because I'm in my post I mentioned, you know, it's partly this off the court stuff that, you know, makes me never take him seriously as being the GOAT. And the guy was like, well, what off the court stuff? And of course I mentioned the Bronny situation. He's like, oh, he was supposed to get his son in the league. I said, no, that's not what I'm saying. I don't care about that. But the attention was on him.
It was never on Bronny. The attention was on him. Him saying we ain't going to no team. I'm not letting my son go to no. Y'all better not draft him. You got your representative telling everybody. You got Paul telling everybody, no, don't y'all pick him. Don't pick him.
It was all about LeBron.
Him pulling the strings, yeah.
I want to play with my son. So what? If Bronny was a top flight prospect, let's say Bronny went to USC that first year and was averaging 24, 25 a game and led them to the Pac-12 title and got him into the dance, and he came out and he would have been a lottery pick. You going to tell a team in the lottery not to choose one of the number one prospects in the country because you want him to come to LA? Is that what you would have done, LeBron? Really? You made it about you.
That's the whole issue, and that's what this whole thing was today.
Overseer Hendrickson said, Bishop McKids, are we going to be nice this season, or is the truce over? I think we can be nice because y'all are in rebuild right now.
Y'all irrelevant. Boston is irrelevant. So.
I don't know if you saw. I responded on your post, Overseer. I said this is going to be a one-sided war this year.
Yeah, this is not even going to be fair.
It's gonna be a one-sided war. Like,
Listen, we're not even going to be talking about. I'm telling you, the only time we're going to talk about Boston is when we play them.
that's it. Like, they will not. I'm not looking for Boston to be at the top of the conference this year.
Now they
I'm
might
sorry.
shock us and
get in.
a play in.
Listen, Missoula's a good coach. They've still got Jaylen Brown. They've still got some good core pieces over there. But conference finals? No.
They don't even have Al Horford anymore. He just went to Golden State.
He went to Golden State. Correct. No
They don't even have
no
Big Al,
Horford,
they don't even
no
have Big Al no
Porzingis,
more.
no Drew Holiday. You lost your nucleus.
Yeah,
I just
so-
saw it. Just know I record y'all showing out. Well, we gonna see, but I don't think I'll be eating these words, sir. I don't think I will.
Yeah,
listen. I'm not
if
gonna say Boston is not gonna be a playoff team. I will not say
Right,
that.
we're not saying that.
I'm not saying that.
But they're not going to be a top 4 team in the conference.
No, yeah.
They're not better
that's
than the
gonna-
Knicks. They're not better than the Cavs. They're not
They're not better than Orlando. Yeah,
That's three right there.
That's three right there. They're not better
They're
than
not-
Milwaukee.
They're not better than Atlanta. Atlanta's a sleeper.
They're not better than
Atlanta's
Atlanta.
a sleeper.
They're not better than Milwaukee. Because
Right. They're not better than Milwaukee. They're
Because
not better than
Milwaukee
Atlanta.
has Giannis and they just got Miles Turner.
Right. So
Yeah,
Nah, they're not even gonna be a top
Boston's in a
5.
rebuild.
and you want to be a top 4 so you can get a first round playoff game in your building.
Oh, Overseer is predicting a top 4 seed for Boston. I don't see it, Overseer.
Okay.
I don't see it. But
All right, you say you record
since
the-
since you record the show,
Okay.
make
That's
sure
all-
I'm gonna make sure I download this to make sure it doesn't get deleted, so that
and don't be putting on no orange and blue later on in the season. Don't be changing up, because I saw you do that I saw you do that last year. I didn't say nothing. I let you ride. I didn't say nothing, but I saw you posing in front of your building in orange and blue.
In orange and
I
blue.
didn't say nothing.
In orange
I
and
let
blue.
it go.
he was definitely wearing orange and blue. We all saw it.
I never commented. I never said nothing. But I do got receipts. You were wearing orange and blue.
Sam, I don't think he watched us in Abu Dhabi. I don't think he watched us in Abu Dhabi.
Don't switch up. Don't switch up. Because I saw you. All right, okay. I saw you I didn't say nothing last season. I let you rock. I said, look at this. I didn't say nothing.
Like, would you look at here?
I said, would you look at here? Got on the sweatshirt and the hat.
And the
Yeah,
hat.
I saw it.
With a Knicks hat on. How dare you?
And the sweatshirt. Yes. So don't sweat. Nope. Keep rocking with them orange and green leprechauns, buddy. Them green and white leprechauns.
Right,
Keep
Q.
rocking.
Q the Prophet said, if you Boston and rep your set. That's right, Q. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. But also along those Knicks lines, I'm going to leave the LeBron situation alone. But again, it was corny. And it was unnecessary.
I was very surprised. I was disappointed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was actually disappointed in him.
Right,
for
exactly.
for doing that, because
for needing that. Right.
He don't need that. He's got every. You do LeBron James, man.
No, y'all need to stop saying this is your year because of no. I said it's our year because of our roster. It ain't. I was saying this before we played a game last week. I've been saying for the last month and a half.
Right, we've been talking about it.
It's crazy that we're going into the season. I don't know how to feel going into the season as a favorite. This is weird for us as Knicks fans.
The last time we were a favorite was the year Michael Jordan retired.
Yep, that was the last time.
That's the last time we were a favorite coming out of this.
Well, I'm hoping Dave will jump on here before J-Mac gets out of here, which is going to be in the next couple minutes. I was hoping that JV would jump on here so we could talk about that. But I don't know. I haven't seen any of Davy's predictions yet.
Davey said,
Davey be jumping out the window.
You know the famous "It's Our Year." You know.
Well, he do that every year. That's not nothing new.
Every year.
For Davey, it's our year every year. We could have Dennis Smith Jr. could be our point guard. David is talking about it's our year.
LeVar Postel.
LeVar Postel is on the team with Bo Kimball.
And it's our year.
It's our year. So, and you got to be a Knicks fan to remember those two names.
Yes. You got to be an avid Knicks fan to know those two.
So, We not listening to Dave. We not listening to Dave. But for those of us who have a little bit of sense as fans of the New York Knicks, we are still saying that this doesn't sound like last year. No, last year we knew y'all were the team to beat. Boston.
Nah.
We knew.
Listen,
I kept saying it. Boston is the champs until we beat them, and then we beat them.
and then we beat 'em.
And that's it. And then we
beat
beat them. I took nothing away from Boston. I said Boston is the champs until they get beat, and then we beat them. So allow me to continue to talk, especially now that your team has decided to break up the band, so to speak. So now y'all
I
in
don't think
rebuild mode.
Overseer understands what a rebuild is. That's a rebuild.
That's a rebuild in Boston. That's a rebuild.
That's
Absolutely.
a rebuild, man.
And I don't care what Jason Tatum said on First Take.
It's a rebuild.
Talking about he coming back this year. No, he not.
Anybody that knows Achilles,
He's not.
No.
He's
listen.
not.
It might be a year and a half because it took KD about a year and a half.
A year and a
to
half.
come
Almost
back.
2 full seasons.
Yes.
Almost 2 full seasons. And with it, like, people don't understand that injury is so devastating to the point everybody's been telling them, Jason Tatum, calm down. You're not coming back from that. And I'm sure they told him in Boston that was cute. That was a nice interview. But no, you're gonna sit this year out.
Just going back over to the rehab room.
Go. I mean, it's cute. Those videos of him on the court and stuff. That's nice, but because again, you work it out a little bit on the court, and then game speed are 2 completely different things.
First of all, the tendon has to heal.
That's the first part. That's just the first part.
Right. You got to get the tendon healed. Then you got to start rehabbing first with flexibility and making sure that you don't re-injure or possibly rupture it again.
Yep.
And then you got to constantly put weight on it gradually, month after month after month, to make sure that the tendon can hold up. And then you get on the court with some light shots.
Oh, exactly. See, Overseer, you understand this. He said he shouldn't come back because if he re-injures that thing, he's going to have to retire. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. He needs
Look
to just
at
go
when
ahead and take
KD
the
tried
year
to
off.
come back too early.
Yeah.
He tried to come back in the playoffs and bang.
Ruptured it again. So
Set him back. He couldn't even play. Brooklyn picked him up. He didn't even get to play his first year. He got that Brooklyn.
he missed that first year in
He
Brooklyn.
couldn't even play.
He got paid a whole year in Brooklyn to rehab. That's how bad it was.
Yes. So
We get ready to get out of here shortly. I was going to talk about the Jets and the Giants, but there's nothing to discuss there. There's really nothing to discuss. The New York football
2
situation
things.
is awful.
The Jets are 0-5. The Giants are 1-4. Aaron Glenn is the first Jets head coach to start 0-5. That's what we need to know.
And the last time it was this bad, it was Rich Kotite was the coach.
Kotite era, and he's got a worse starting record than Rich Kotite.
The Kotite. Let Brown do his thing.
That's
He needs to
all we
earn
need
that
to know.
money. I agree, because Jaylen Brown makes too much money to be as soft as he was in the playoffs last year against the Knicks. But that's another conversation.
Yeah.
he was terrible. Moving on quickly to the WWE, Crown Jewel is this Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. For those of you,
Crazy.
I'll be watching it later because I'm not getting up to watch it at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I got young kids that.
I mean, the kids will be up, but I'm going to be getting breakfast together. I'm going to my daughter's gotten heavily into it, so she might be like, "What's going on?" Because
he's a WWE head. My youngest JC, he loves.
So you'll be up.
I'll be I'll be up watching it live.
I'm gonna watch it on replay at about noon. No, they're not in Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel this year. They're in Perth, Australia this year.
They're in Australia.
They're in Australia this year. They're literally on the other side of the world. It's a
12-hour
difference.
They're gonna be in Saudi in January for the Royal Rumble.
For the Rumble. Yep. So they didn't do Crown Jewel in Saudi this year. This is gonna be the 3rd time in Saudi in the last 6 months, and then the year after next they're going back to Saudi for WrestleMania. So, but that's gonna be a whole nother show that we need to do about that. But
because I want us to do a show on the fact that they're going to be basically not doing any more house shows really, and everything's going to be televised, and you're going to start you're gonna start cutting out a whole generation. We'll do a show.
Yeah,
on it.
there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
And we got to compare and contrast Vince's era versus the TKO era and show how TKO is really, really going. And someone made a great point I saw on TikTok the other day. They said if they continue at this rate, the WWE will be extinct in 10 years.
I agree. Because I was telling my wife, I said, listen, every generation passes
Hey,
it
Jay,
down.
watching the replay.
Every generation passes it down. So now, my generation, I pass it down to my kids.
Right, but your kids are going to be priced out of going to events, so they're not going to be able to pass it down to their kids.
And that's what I'm saying. We gotta get a show on it because it's a very complex dichotomy right here.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, I agree with whoever said that. I say 10 years, yeah, the WWE is going to be extinct just like boxing.
Yep. Because this is what it's come to. But in terms of the card, I enjoyed Raw last night. And it's the first time I really enjoyed Raw in a while. Last night was the first time I really enjoyed Raw in a while. They let the women lead the show. Bishop Heflin, it is so early because they are in Australia, so the time difference. It's a night show in Australia because it'll be 8 o'clock at night there. There's a 12-hour difference between the East Coast of the United States and Perth, which is in Western Australia. It's exactly 12 hours. So it's an 8 p.m. start there, so it's an 8 a.m. start here. So like literally it's a 12-hour difference basically. Watching the Io Sky and Kabuki Warrior thing has been fantastic. That breakup, and even I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Kairi Sane there because she's completely torn. And I don't know
And
if she's gonna end up going
right.
I don't know if she's gonna end up going with Io or if she's gonna stay with Asuka. I don't know.
Or they could be pulling the wool over our eyes and they get together and turn. They get back together.
Yeah, and turn on Rhea.
They could.
Heflin said he'll be asleep.
It's so many layers to that story right now.
That and listen, y'all can say what y'all want, but I don't know who pitched this story, but it's working. Jey Uso as Little Roman has been money. This is money. And
I have to admit it.
Roman as the puppet master has been money so far. I am so interested. I am invested in this.
We don't know where that's going.
Right. I am invested in this because somebody said it on Twitter this morning. Like, it's weird because it feels like it's heel Roman, but it's not heel Roman.
But
and I'm like,
heel Roman. Roman hasn't changed who he is. He's the same guy.
Roman is the new tweener.
Yes. Roman hasn't changed.
Roman is the new tweener.
His
They're cheering him,
changed.
but he's still very much a heel.
That's what he is. He hasn't changed.
Not at all. Not in the least bit. He is what Stone Cold was because Stone Cold was a heel. Austin 316 was a heel promo. People forget that. That was a heel promo.
He's like Scott Hall was. Scott Hall was a lovable heel. They love Scott Hall. Too sweet.
And these guys are in that tweener category. And when there's money in the tweener. Stone Cold, Rock, two of the best tweeners ever. Because truth be told, The Rock for most of his run was a tweener. It's once he went Hollywood, he became more of a face, and then after Hogan, he went heel.
Yes,
he went more fully heel.
Yes,
but
Hollywood Rock was my favorite character.
Oh man, Hollywood Rock was fantastic.
Hollywood Rock was my guy. That was my guy.
You're seeing Roman morph and evolve into that role now of being that tweener who is fully heel, but he's just so lovable. You can't be mad at this dude.
What do you think about Steph and Cody? What do you think? Do you think WWE is doing a good job making something out of nothing? Because that's what it basically is.
I think they're trying to. Yeah. I'm still not invested, to be honest with you. I get what they're trying to do. I like the exchange, and I'm sure Paul Heyman is the one who pitched it. That exchange last night between him and Seth. I think that was important to the story leading into Saturday. I think Seth walks out with the win because he needs to walk out with the win on Saturday, but I don't think he does it alone. There's no way that he pins Cody clean. There's no way he pins Cody clean.
And I'm gonna tell you, I agree with you. I think Seth wins. I would love to see actually Seth lose though, because I would love to see the chaos that would cause. The chaos that would cause.
That to me, that's perfect. But I don't think Triple H will do
they're
it.
not gonna pull the trigger on it yet.
Yeah.
But I think that would. I mean, if he.
But that chaos is coming because Braun Breaker's already been teasing it. That chaos is coming.
And Brock Lesnar is looming in the weeds. Don't forget.
Yes.
So that's why I said I think it would be more beneficial for us as fans for Seth to lose, for the chaos that it would cause with Becky, with the Browns, with Paul Heyman, with Brock Lesnar. It would just cause Seth to lose his mind.
Absolutely. Because and somebody again made the perfect comparison. They said Seth Rollins is this generation's Triple H. He's not good enough to be the guy, but he's the guy that will always work with the top guy.
Yeah, I agree with that point too.
But the problem has been that Triple H has been, because he's been trying to live vicariously through Seth, trying to push him as the top guy. Seth doesn't have it to be the top guy. Cody is the top guy without trying. Roman is the top guy without trying.
Yes.
Seth has to put all of this effort into it just to be regarded on the next tier. Which tells he's not even this is going to sound terrible. He's not even the top guy in his family.
Well, that's what Roman said a couple years ago.
But it's the truth. Becky and Maxine Dupree last night.
Match of the night. Match of the night.
Becky, listen, I will never have Becky hate ever again. Becky is back on my list of one of my, because she put Maxine Dupree over big last night.
Yep, you can't say she's super, whatever. She actually put that girl over.
Yeah, she's not super Becky anymore.
Yeah,
she put Maxine Dupree over.
Great
and
match.
Maxine Dupree looked like a wrestler. She's a wrestler now. She's not a valet anymore.
She gave her the rub.
The credibility for Maxine Dupree in the ring is there now. That was huge.
Huge. I agree.
Listen, and kudos to Maxine Dupree. She got her opportunity and she seized it, which is what you're supposed to do. I like what I was seeing on the other show the other night with Carmelo Hayes and him and The Miz, because Miz is another one who can put guys over. So I can see him elevating Carmelo Hayes finally.
They need to do something with Melo, man. I'm like, y'all draft him, y'all take him off NXT. You call him the number one draft pick. That was the story y'all started.
He has a great match with Cody in his first match.
Those 7 matches he had with
the series that they had.
Yeah, he just left WWE, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And him and Santos Escobar too. Santos Escobar left too.
Oh, I didn't know Santos Escobar left.
Yeah, he's gone. They put it out a couple hours ago. He left WWE too.
Okay.
But you make him the number one draft pick. You market him as the number one pick for SmackDown, and you do nothing with him.
Do nothing with him.
And he can. Carmelo Hayes is great.
Blue Jays have knocked out Carlos Rodon. Lead 6-1 now. Blue Jays lead. Yankees going home, y'all. And they're in the third inning.
Get the brooms out.
In the third inning. Wow. But this is what this is what we've been wanting to see, and this is why you didn't need to bring Brock back. There's enough talent. Again, even the main event last night was terrific. With the 4 people you had.
They're saving it for Gunther for WrestleMania. So Gunther can get the rub. They want him to give Gunther the rub. I don't think Gunther needs it at this point.
I don't either. He's already been world champ.
Intercontinental champion. You did that for him.
And he was world champ twice. He retired Goldberg.
Goldberg.
He doesn't need the rub at this point.
He doesn't need the rub from Brock Lesnar. I just don't see it.
But because he's also not a monster heel like Brock is. So what would be the point? And you don't want Gunther as a face. So, like, who's gonna be the face in that match?
Oh, actually, they are trying to make him a face.
Gunther's better as a heel.
Of course. But you know WWE, they want to make you a face so they can make money. Make your money off your merchandise. That's what the goal is. They make all the heels, they eventually turn them face so they can make that money. That's the idea. Make them a heel, monster heel, because monster heels turn face. They always do in WWE. Always do.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
You know that. Every monster heel, they always turn face in WWE.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I want Gunther to stay Gunther.
Right. The ring general. That's all I want to see out of him. That's all I want to see out of this.
Brock is not going to be the face in that story.
Yeah, Brock's not a face, and not for nothing. You can't even try to tease Brock as a face just because of his outside the ring stuff. The fans are gonna keep him heel because he has real life heat on him.
That's right.
He has real life heat on him, so he can't be a face.
This is not fake heat.
No, he has real life heat on him, so it wouldn't even work. But you know that's where it is. But I'm interested to see what Crown Jewel looks like on this coming Saturday morning, 8 a.m. on ESPN. For those of you that are watching, again, Yankees are down 6-1 as they go to the fourth. As they go to the bottom of the third inning, Rodon was knocked out in the third. I mean, the pitching just deserted them here in this series, and yeah, that's pretty much that on that end. So we'll probably be back next Tuesday with a Yankee postseason postmortem. Talk about everybody needs to go, which we'll talk about next week. We'll talk about Perth and what's going on there, and again, we got 2 Knicks games this weekend, so we'll see. We'll talk about the Knicks as well. So until then, this abbreviated broadcast tonight. We had Bishop J-Mac for a little while. Everybody, welcome back J-Mac again. And we will see y'all next Tuesday. Same bat time, same bat channel on the Church Guy Sports Show. And as always, it's orange and blue skies. It's almost tip-off time. Basketball season is back. We'll see you next week.
The Church Guys! We're live on the podcast. A Church Guy Sports Show. Welcome to the show where the faith meets the court. Church guys repping hard, yeah, we live for the sport. From the pulpit to the bleachers, the word we endorse. Dropping dimes, preaching truth, keeping God as the source. We breaking down the play, stats, facts, and the story. Sunday to game day, all for his glory. Talking hoops, talking fields, every touchdown and shot. But we never lose sight of the faith that we got is fellowship, fire. Passion in the zone, Church Guys Sports Show. Yeah, you know we at home. Turn the volume up loud, let the good vibes flow. This is more than just a game, it's the way that we grow. The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. A Church Guys Sports Show. The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. Church Guy Sports Show. From the locker room talk to the pews on a Sunday, we call the plays right, kingdom business on Monday. Faith on the field, spirit driving the grind. Every headline we drop got the word intertwined. We repping every team, but the banner is Christ. Breaking huddles with the desperate, yeah, we living it right. From the Knicks to the league, every stat, every score. We gon' praise, analyze, then we give God more. So tune in, locked in, let the truth be shown. Church Guy Sports Show, man, the vibe's full grown. It's the faith in the game and a powerful blend. From the tip off to the buzzer, we gon' ride to the end. The Church Guys.